What are the reasons you chose Embry-Riddle for your schooling? We see you were in computer science,
Yep.
RTC.
That's right.
Yep. Do you have any really good memories of Embry-Riddle and?
Oh, Embry-Riddle College, great memories. Come on, it was awesome. But the reason I chose the school really was I went to a college fair. I'm from Washington State, so it was a college fair up in Spokane, Washington. And Embry-Riddle's always got great booths, right? They've always got great booths with airplanes and everything. So that really caught my eye, and I thought, hey, I think I might have a chance to fly. And then I came back, told my dad, and he supported me through it. We had to figure out a way to pay for it. So he pointed me in the direction of the Air Force. He wasn't in the Air Force himself, however, my grandfather flew in World War II. Right. So he told me all about the Air Force and what a great deal it was. So I was able to sign up and earn a 3-year scholarship through them and attend Embry-Riddle. So.
If you had to take one class over, or if there was a special professor that you remember?
I tell you what, the two of them, Dr. Rotc was one of them, and then Dr. Dieterle. Dr. Dieterle was probably the most memorable. He's my physics teacher, so he got me through physics. Yeah, pretty tough class, 1 and 2. So.
How did you like the natural beauty out there in Prescott? Did you do any rock climbing or anything like that?
I did some rock climbing and rappelling out there in Prescott, and you got the lakes, the golf courses. It's beautiful. I tell you what, the best advice I can give, it sounds cliche, but don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. You know, that happened to me early on. When I got there, there was 200 ROTC cadets my freshman year, and they said 19 of you guys are going to get pilot slots.
Yeah.
You know, you look at that ratio, you want to just give up, right? But, you know, I didn't even let that affect me, and I just kind of said, oh, that's what I want to do, so what's the next step? And you just start setting those short-term goals, and, you know, eventually end up doing what you want.
I always wanted to fly. My dad, he flew corporately in the 70s. My grandpa was a flyer. And, I've been going to air shows since I was a little kid. And Embry-Riddle had a great reputation for aviation. And got lucky enough to be accepted there. And I did the aeronautical science major. And I did my private instrument commercial actually there before I came on active duty.
And you went to the
Daytona Beach campus.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
It was, I was a 2000 graduate, so 11 years, almost this year will be 11 years.
Yeah, do you have any professors or classes that you remember that were particularly important or interesting to you?
I did a minor in aviation safety, and I've carried a lot of the things from that class, flight physiology, again in communicating with the pilots, a lot of the stuff that they see when they're airborne. So a lot of stuff that was applicable. Didn't realize then, but I still carry with me today.
Why did you choose Prescott campus?
Well, why I chose Embry-Riddle to begin with, I caught the flying bug, much like every other Embry-Riddle student. At 16 years old, I soloed. My father was a pilot, and still is a pilot, and a flight instructor gave me my first lesson. And I thought to myself, if I could do that and get paid for it for the rest of my life, I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah, definitely.
So we got AOPA and American Bonanza Society magazines growing up, and I always saw the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University ads in there, and talked to my dad about it, and referred to it basically as the Harvard of the air. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do. My story is much like Major Jelnick's in that I was looking for ways to pay for it. Once finding out how much it was going to cost, it didn't change my motivation. It didn't deter me at all. But I applied for the Air Force ROTC scholarship. I got a 3-year scholarship just like Major Jelnick in the same degree program, computer science, and went to Embry-Riddle and never looked back. I grew up in a small town, 17 people in my graduating class, and so Prescott seemed to fit in perfectly with that. And found an awesome group of people people that I still refer to as my best friends in life. That was 10 years ago. The people I keep in contact with most in Embry-Riddle, and have nothing but fond memories of the place. So that's kind of my story of why I chose Embry-Riddle and why I stayed. Absolutely loved it. Some of my favorite classes were, oddly enough, engineering physics 1 and 2 were totally a blast in Prescott campus. I took several aviation safety classes as well, and not one particular instructor, but I'd like to say that they were all eye-opening. The whole program, just as a whole, was eye-opening, stuff that I had never thought about as a young aviator, as a young pilot. Because while I didn't major in aeronautical science at the university, I did have my instrument rating, I did have my multi-engine instrument rating going through college, and so I was an active flyer, and it really opened my eyes, and I think it's made me a better pilot from day one, showing up at Embry-Riddle.
Is there any advice that you would give current students that want to be part of the Thunderbirds?
Whether it's part of the Thunderbirds or part of military aviation in general, I would just say that surround yourself with the people who have similar goals like you do, because you can help each other along through the process. Don't let cost or anything deter you. There's always a way to do that. So just stay with it. It's a long road, but work hard, but it is always worth it. Every step of the way, I've just been amazed. So it's been great.